Welcome back to Streamline Entertainment. It is Marvin speaking. A couple of factors that I want to get into in the Jay Slater case. And one of the main topics is trust. Let's get straight into the video and I'll explain it as I go along. Let's get straight into this.
Development. I've been given a name of Ayub Qasim and a number for the person that organised the rental in Masca. It's not Qasim who answers the phone, but a family member.
Hello?
Hello, it's Mark Williams-Thomas.
Yes.
So, are you in contact with Ayub?
Ayub?
Yeah.
Who is Ayub? Ayub, yes.
In the call, she did not want to be identified, but agreed to set up a time for me to call later when Ayub Qasim would be in. So what is his background? Qasim was jailed in 2015 for his part in a London-based gang who set up a drugs operation from a terrorist...
We got to remember that it was MWT who technically found out through the friends of Jay Slater who Ayub Qasim was. So I think being young, being a bit dumb as well, Lucy, Brand thought this guy was basically something to do with the police. This is what I think, even though he's a paper investigator, should I say private investigator slash, I think they thought the way he was talking to them like he was their head teacher at the end of the day, I do think that they thought he was possibly working for 50.
House in Cardiff to supply heroin and crack cocaine onto the city streets. The gang operation was uncovered when police officers identified large-scale drug dealing from an address. Qasim, along with 3 other co-offenders, were found at a different address with drugs, cash, mobile phones and digital scales. At trial, Qasim denied any offences but was given a 9-year prison sentence. So Ayub Qasim is a convicted drug supplier and trafficker. Qasim is a close friend with an award-winning rapper, Potter Paper, and is in at least one of the rap artist's music video and appeared on stage with a rapper at an awards ceremony. The rapper owns a shop that sells drugs in Las Americas. These types of shops are known as coffee shops, and from what I've found out about Qasim, he's still very connected and active in the drugs world.
So, right, okay, who told him that? Who told him that he's still active in the drugs world and technically where he could be found and who is he moving with? He must have been deeply in conversation with someone that knows the narco world out there. Because why would you say that if you didn't have proof? He must have been talking to a few people who knew of him, and that person he was talking to must have been living out there to know all these things.
I finally managed to track Qasim down.
Hello?
Hello, Ayub, it's Mark.
You don't know who it is?
You okay?
I'm not really, mate.
No, I know. You're probably a bit stressed about the whole thing.
You released it.
I didn't release I didn't release your picture at all, or your name.
You've got my Snapchat. We've got each other on social media. I've got...
So, I mean, Ayub comes out, is protecting himself, and he just wants to clear his name, even putting Lucy in it. I don't think, at the end of the day, they're operating like they did before, because obviously Lucy taking a picture of Ayub when she was in his car going to Masca when they were doing all the photo shoots, although Jay was still alive at the end of the day. That was all really, really off key.
Right. We can, I can chat to the mum, do you know what I mean, bro? Like, I don't need none of all of this.
No, but from my point of view...
I've got journalists showing up at my family.
Yeah, but listen, I can...
I genuinely, from the bottom of my heart, let the guy come to my house, because he said to me, mate, they've all left. And chatting to them, they said he wanted to carry on partying. That's the whole reason.
Yeah, he did, I think, didn't he?
I mean, so I'm like, it's an unfortunate situation where I'm being nice and letting someone stay at mine, and now I'm public enemy number one.
I know, I get that. Are you, when he left?
Mate, I need a woman in my life. Why the
Is really, really off. People accusing me of aping him like a maid. I've not even aped a woman. Where did that come from? Where did that come from? Who said that for Ayub to actually bring that up? These are things that are not really being discussed. That is really, really weird, because I don't think that came from MWT unless it came in a private conversation.
fuck would I go around?
Listen,
That's fucking weird, mate.
It is weird.
I don't
And
do
there-
that,
but
mate.
there's so
the
much-
media that fucking are trying to look for me and video, they're the type of people that are involved in all of that.
So, this is nuts. It's absolutely nuts. Here we go. The media have come into it before. Maybe, I wonder whether a reporter had discussed this with Ayub and it hadn't been put out as an article, because obviously he could sue. Is that a possibility? Because that is really strange. I mean, obviously as slews we're getting attacked, but what the tabloid actually comes up with is absolutely unbelievable. For Ayub to bring this up to MWT and for MWT to put it out, it must have been a topic of conversation. This was really alarming.
It's proven. The public know.
When Jay left that morning, were you asleep or did you see him leave?
Mate, he told me I'm getting on a bus to Los Cristianos. And I'm only telling you, bro, just so you...
Yeah, go on. Yeah, tell me.
I don't give a fuck where you put it on.
Go on.
To be honest.
Go on.
I didn't know, but,
Okay, go on, tell me.
he said to me, pal, arm off me. This woman told me I can get a bus every 10 minutes. I told him, you're mad. No bus that's coming here every 10 minutes. And chill out for a bit and I'll drop you off later on.
But one of the biggest problems is, at the end of the day, if there was a bus stop at the basically over the road, technically when he leaves the Airbnb, there's a bus stop right there, 20 seconds away, not even that. Why is it that Ayub is saying basically, wait, I'll take you back in the morning? Yeah, maybe there's a possibility in a real world he's being polite, but I feel he said the bus runs every 10 minutes. Possibly yes, possibly no.
I mean,
Yeah.
he said to me, no, I've got to go to Los Cristianos. I need a scrap. I need to chip out. I'm like, all right, sound mate. Nah. There's no more I can do that.
And did you see him? Did you see him walk off? For you? Did you see him?
No. I seen him walk up maybe down the steps, but I shut the door and said, if you need me, this is my green door.
So technically, he shut the door and he don't know. That's him getting out of it. He doesn't know which way Jay went, whether he went up the hill or down the hill. It was like, mate, my job's done, it's over. I bought you here, you can get your own way back. I said that I could give you a lift back once I get some sleep. I'm feeling fresh to drive back to Los Cristianos.
Okay.
Sweet. You know what I mean? That's about it, bro. And that's the only info you're getting out. I mean,
I get that.
They're getting
Agreed.
headache, mate. Do you know what
Yeah, I get that. So listen, when Jay was stood on your doorstep, he had like that throw over the top of him, which I think was from the bed or something. Is that right?
No, the blanket.
A blanket, yeah. Is that from inside the Airbnb?
Literally, yeah.
Yeah, and he
didn't feel confident in saying that blanket was from the Airbnb. I think it was a blanket that actually Lucy bought to the Airbnb from a place she actually stayed at. People may think that it was basically to throw something over Jay going back to the Airbnb. That's a massive possibility. Who knows?
He showed his mate, one of his mates, on Snapchat, a picture of 2 knives that he had in his waistband. 2 knives that he says, I've got these for my protection.
Yeah.
Tell me about that.
Mate, I was asleep upstairs. I don't know about it. Just the first I've heard of nights and all of this, mate.
Was there any arguments at your place?
Mate, like, why? I
No,
would
but
not
I just
let him
wonder.
come to my house.
No, but I just wonder what.
Yeah, there was the early hours in the morning, and that was because there were people, I think, that knew Jay had passed, that didn't really want to do things to cover this case up. For instance, Brad, possibly Lucy didn't want to do things because she was forced to, I think, or threatened to do it, and this is why she came out and did all those reports. Don't forget, that police station she went to wasn't that very far from Masca, and I believe she'd done that going back to Los Cristianos, where she can obviously plan everything else as well.
Why he felt that he needed to have two knives?
Look, Mark, I don't know if you say you're a detective, but you know it affects the drugs. Do you know what I mean? Like, it doesn't make anyone think anything in their head. Do you know what I mean? So if the only way I can put that to that is that, mate. Do you know what I mean? Nice. What the fuck? I mean, like, people are sleeping upstairs, mate. Like, just all of this narrative needs to fucking get. You know what I mean? It's the narrative that people know what they're doing, and the media and all of this, they know what they're doing. They're not stupid. Do you know what I mean? How are you going to put on the bottom, this guy's been cleared, he's not relevant to anyone's investigation, but put up my Airbnb photo?
Who was the person you were with?
No, that's a pile of mine. I'm not going to involve him or.
The thing is, we still don't really know who this guy was at the end of the day. I don't really think this was Rocky. I don't. I really don't. I think it was Enforcer, and I do think LK was there as well. This is my thoughts, as well as Brandon, as well as Lucy, and possibly they were supposed to be 7 altogether, because Ali did do those checks thoroughly in talking to where they stopped off at a garage and then went on. She said there was 2 cars, 7 people.
I mean, he was sleeping throughout the whole car.
So did he?
Went straight to bed as soon as we landed, mate.
So when you got,
Yeah, but he went straight to bed, so we must have saw Jay in the car, and yet he didn't make a report of basically seeing Jay. Yeah, I woke myself up. I saw Jay. He was in good spirits, you know, a little bit giggly, hammered. Then he went in, which is out bizarre. He didn't say a word. This is why there's so much red flags in what Ayub is saying about his friend who hasn't said a word, and yet he was there, and they were one of the last people to absolutely see Jay. It's unbelievable. And then it's said in the early days that Rocky slept in the car. So what time did Rocky go in if he slept in the car? It's absolutely bizarre. Now it's saying he'd actually walked, you know, obviously woken up, walked straight in to the bed without saying a word.
got back to the home, when you got back to the rental, was it just you talking to Jay and the other bloke went to bed?
Mate, I've got videos, Mark. I've got videos of me and Jay laughing at my mate while he's sleeping in the car, bro. I've got Jay in the back of the car smiling his face off, mate. I don't need to say any more, mate. I literally don't. That's what you're getting from me, and that's just out of respect for the family.
Wow. Absolutely wow. In Ayub's voice there, that he was very, very, very under pressure there. And I do think that whatever happened to the Airbnb was crucial to this case. And like I said, I think he tried threw Lucy under the bus at the end of the day, because like I said, I think it was probably Lucy who gave a lot of the information to MWT, is that something is not right there. And this is what I think, to protect herself. And this is why I think she took that photo, just in case something happened to her. And she was on about this, obviously, Lena Patel going to the Airbnb. I think that's a little bit off myself. I really, really do. I believe it may have been a possibility that it was a mum who got there pretty quickly to take her there, or maybe a family member. Let me know what you think, people, because I do think some of this interview is alarming, and it should be basically broken down a lot more by other sleuths as well in what he said, especially about the ape. Weird. And like I said, I wonder which newspaper firm had documented that, and why was it a topic of conversation?